Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 36 of Crystal Tea Knits. It's a knitting and crochet podcast. My name's Tara. I'm coming to you from White Plains, New York. If you're a new viewer, thank you for checking us out. If you're an old viewer, thank you so much for coming back. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And you can follow me on Instagram and Ravelry at Crystal Tea Knits. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is that I did a total of all my FOs this year. I always keep it in this little peacock journal. I'm not good at journaling because my handwriting is so atrocious. I wish I could journal better, but there's something about, like, I'll start off nice and neat, and then by the end of the sentence, my handwriting I can't describe it, like, it kind of gets, like, it doesn't hurt, but it just starts getting messy. I can't explain it. I don't know what that is, but I don't like handwriting anything, so that's why I keep most of my stuff on Ravelry. And also my books I keep on Goodreads, so you could look for, I think it's Crystal Tea Knits there, or Tara Peterson, and you could find out, do a link in down bar for that one too. But so for this year, I did 62 projects, but there was 15 in hand towels and 9 of coasters. I think the total is really like 38. Am I right? I just looked it up before. Yeah, I did 38 projects if I'm not including those. So I didn't knit as much as I would like to. And a lot of them were socks, though. I have to say I did, how many? I did 20 pairs of socks last year. And with the sad thing, only 4 shawls. When did that happen? When? That is crazy for me. I usually do a box of shawls. Now I'm doing a box of socks. I don't know when I became a sock knitter. Maybe during COVID. I don't know. It's weird. But that's definitely what happened. But then I noticed how many WIPs I have. It's insane. 36. How do I have 36 WIPs? I know I have a bad problem of, if I'm knitting a pattern that's from another designer, I feel guilty working on it. That I should be working on my own designs because it's the only way I can bring money into the house. And I feel like I should be knitting on that constantly. But then I want to knit on other things. And I shouldn't feel guilty, but then I do. So I'll start a project, get all excited, and then I just put it off to the side. Like my Waiting for Rain shawl. I wanted to knit that for like 5 or 6 years. It's still sitting there. And then I had a WIP from, I think it's 2016. And it's like the vine lace shawl. It's such a simple shawl. But it's like a scarf. So it goes on and on and on. And it's the same repeat over and over again. And it never gets done. Also mohair. But it'll look really good on my white jacket. I need to finish this. It's not like one of those things I'm going to frog, but it's just ridiculous still on the needles. And then I've got like 8 blankets, which is insane as well. I really got to focus on finishing some. I mean, yes, the Cozy Memories and the Northeasterly, yeah, that can stay there. But these other blankets, I get started, I get to like that big, and then I stop. I don't know why. I just dropped the book. Don't ask. But it's getting to be like, the blankets especially, they take up so much room in the house. I don't have room to have all these bags of blankets. So I'm really going to be focusing this year on trying to get rid of these WIPs. And it's hard because I really want to cast on new designs, but I got to get these things off the, it's insane. It's just, I can't even. But on the upside, I did finish 42 books. So I got really excited when I saw that total because I haven't read books. Like, I've read books. I've done like 15, 14 books a year lately. But then this year, I really have found my love of reading back. And I've been going crazy reading. So I got really excited when I saw that total. Not so much about the knitting totals. So I'm hoping that I can catch up with the knitting, get rid of these WIPs, get rid of these bags. Also, I have a bad habit of, I wind the yarn, put it in a bag, and then I stash it. And that's going to be a project soon. I got to stop doing that. I have bags and bags and bags. I literally have one of those, you know, those 3-tier things, the carts that you go rolling, that you get at Michael's and Joann's. I have one of those just of to-be-used yarn in the bags, ready and waiting. Some of them even have the needles. And then when I'm looking for needles for a project, I can't find them because they're in the bags. And I'm going, like, searching like a crazy person for a needle. I don't know. And I have way too many needles to be searching for needles because I don't want to buy any more. It's crazy. So I really got to get through this. That is my goal for this year. And I have so far done pretty well, which I will show you. But first of all, I want to show you my Floozy Cardigan. It is by Libby Johnson. The main color is Cloudborn Majestic Purple. And then I have Sweet Sparrow Yarns, the Sugar Plum color right here. And then this is Woolen Vines Poe. I knit this last year. I love it. It fits me fine. Let me stand up a little bit. See, it fits fine. The only thing I don't like, and it's something for me, not the pattern, when I knit collars, look how big this is. It should be up here, and then it sags. It's driving me crazy. Does anyone know how I could fix this without having to, I don't want to take it, I'm not taking the whole thing apart, it's craziness. But I'm thinking maybe if I put a ribbon and sew it just to make it tight, like bunch it up a little bit. I don't know. It's just, I've noticed that on a lot of my sweaters, that happens. Same thing on the Anchor's cardigan. It's not as bad because that's like ribbing, but it's just, it should not be showing this much of my shirt. It should not be. Other than that, it fits fine. I like the length. I always pull my sleeves up anyways, so it doesn't much matter. If it's too short or too long, it's always going to be like this. But I loved knitting this. It was mosaic. It was so much fun. I definitely recommend the pattern. Just don't know why I do this. And then my next project I want to show you, which is an FO. I finished this before the new year. But this is my Anchor's cardigan by Petite Knits. I used, let's see, Knit Picks Paragon in the colorway Kiani. Sorry, my notes are like really far away. Let me move them close so I'm not like crazy looking. I know I'm crazy, but okay. So this is the Kiani colorway. This is my favorite color green. I'm obsessed with it. Can you see where I sewed? I don't know. I blocked this, and after I blocked it, I realized the arms were way too big. I was decreasing it, what they said in it, in the pattern, and it was like insane because I was all the way down to here, and I wasn't even near half the increases. So then I started doing every 3 rows, I mean, not increase, decrease. Every 3 rows I was decreasing, and it still was like a rapid decrease on the bottom. And then when I put it on, it just was like, I did not like that. So then I ended up taking the whole thing out. And when I did that, I just did decreasing every other row. Sounds insane, but it worked. Because it's weird because the sleeve looks short, but then when I put it on, it fits me fine. The sleeve, I guess, starts up here really in the pattern. Let me put it on to show you. So when I did the sleeves, it fits me fine. It's perfect. I like it. Again, the collar is a little crazy. It's a little bit more fitted than I wanted, but the other way it was so big. And I did not block the sleeves yet. So see, again, the collar. This one's not that bad. Again, it's because of the ribbing. And I still got to put the buttons. These are all for the buttonholes. But I blocked it with that. And I put this here just so I could figure out when I I think I stopped decreasing there. That's why these are there. But see, they fit fine. So when it blocks, it's going to be even bigger. Look, see? It looks a little tight. It feels a little tight, but then it's not. It's like a nice feeling tight. But I know when I block the sleeves, it's going to be bigger. So, but then it's got the nice length. But do you believe that? Like, look how big it is on me. It's crazy. And then it looks like it's a good size sleeve. And then when I take it off, it looks so short. I don't know why. But I did love knitting this. It was very, very simple. It was on the needles way too long. Again, I procrastinate knitting anything that I'm not designing lately, which is ridiculous. I really want to wear this. And I'm going to have to block this so I can wear this because I just feel like the stitches are pulling a little bit, not being blocked. But again, as I said, when it blocks, it's going to bloom so much. That's going to be big on me. I don't know why when I block DK especially, it gets really big as opposed to fingerling. It's bizarre. I don't know if anyone else has that problem, but with me it does. But this is all fine. So I'm just going to do the sleeves again because I don't want to reblock the rest of this. It looks, I like it. I love it. And it's my favorite color green. And then I got these little gray buttons I got to sew in, but I got to get to the store to buy some teal thread. So I could do that. So I got to bring the sweater with me to get a match on it. I can't wait to wear that out. I have 2 sweaters to wear. So happy. All right, put this back on. I have the window open because when I'm running around, I get really hot and then I start turning red and I look really weird because my face is so red. Now watch, this is what I have to do with the sweater to get the collar in the right spot. Other than that, it's fine. Okay. It's good. I don't know what happened. Come on. I pushed it too much. I don't know. I shouldn't have took it off. Okay. We're good. We're good. Okay. No comment, people. All right, my next FO, I made this for my mom originally, and I'm going to make another one for me. This is my Nice and Easy shawl design. It's out of Knit Picks Alpaca Cloud, and the colorways are... I'm really bad at remembering things. Sorry about having to look at my show notes, everyone. All right, so it's Audrey's this beautiful purple. The blue is Natalie. This is Alfred, the gray. And then the green is, I think it's Mangus. Where are you? Yes, Mangus. I remember that one. I think when I'm making mine, I'm not going to have the gray. I think I'm going to, I originally had black. And I put the black and it was just like, bam, it's black. And I didn't like that. And I felt like the gray was too bright for me. It didn't, I wanted something jewel tone in my head. Because you know when you do mosaic, the black goes outside the jewels and it looks gorgeous, but because it was just like a little thing, it was just like bam, it's right there. So I didn't like that. So now I ordered quite a few other colors. I ordered like a, I want to say it's like a reddish purple, a light purple, a medium gray, so it won't be as bright or as dark as the black was, and as bright as this one. And I think I said maybe there was another purple I tried. So I'm going to add that in. And then I was having problems when I wanted to do an applied border. But you know what? It just looks so nice, just the simple peacock border with the way this design is. And I ended up with that. So I've had this done for quite some time. I just had to do the border. It's insane, I know. But it used up 2 skeins of the blue, 2 skeins of the purple, like so many grams of the gray. I'm going to say maybe 20 grams. You probably get away from many, I'm thinking. I'll have it in the pattern. And then I used 1 skein, and then I went into a little bit of another skein. So if you're using regular DK yarn, not the little mini skeins from Knit Picks, you'll be fine with that. Because it didn't use that much of the green. But there's a lot of blue and purple in it. But I love it. I did not block this because my mother is always freezing. So I noticed when I blocked the DK, as I said, it gets bigger and a lot thinner. So I gave it to her like this, so it was a little bit thicker because she's always cold. So I bet it's good size, even not blocked. Like, so, you know, this is what it looks like blocked. I mean, not blocked. And then it's just going to be ginormous when it is. So when you see mine, you're going to see how much bigger it is. Maybe I'll do a comparison of the two. But I love it. It's a beautiful little texture thing. I had so much fun knitting it. Again, if I didn't have to knit on other things, I would have just had this done in like a week. I could knit this so fast. It's such an easy pattern. I love it. All right. So the next thing is, I don't know why I don't knit more hats. I love hats. I have no hats right now. I don't know what happened to them. The kids keep taking them on me, so I need to knit some for them. I need to knit some for me. And maybe it's the decreasing that gets me, like I don't want to knit them. But I've recently started knitting them again. Oh, sorry, this is going to drive me crazy now. But I designed this one. This is the Sugar Plum hat. It is made out of Sweet Sparrow Yarns, her Sugar Plum colorway. That's why you call it Sugar Plum. And it's this beautiful cabling and lace design. I'm going to mess up my hair. Nice little scrunchy hat. This took me 2 days to do. Seriously, it would have been 1 day if I would have just pushed on. But I love hats. 2 days. I'm going to be knitting a lot more of these. So this one is in a DK weight, her goldfinch base, right? Yes, goldfinch. Now this one is a worsted weight. I made this one for my mom. And it's Knit Picks Mighty Stitch, the mulberry colorway. I did both ribbing on a US 4. But with hers, I did the child size ribbing, and then I went up to the adult size hat because I didn't want it to be too big. So again, it's worsted weight as opposed to DK. So I didn't want it to be too ginormous around the ribbing so it would fit her head. But it was a US 4, 3.5 millimeter, and then I go up to a 7, 4.75 millimeter. And then this is the difference between the two hats. This, again, worsted weight. It's really scrunchy. And I can give her back her hat now. She loves purpling me. But I tried to, like, another reason why I'm doing a different color in the gray over on the Nice and Easy shawl is so I could tell the difference between the two. Because the kids keep taking our stuff, and then it gets thrown, and then I don't know what's hers, what's mine. So it's better to do that. But it's not that big of a difference. Like, lengthwise is a little bit bigger for the worsted weight. This hasn't been blocked yet. I don't know if I want to block it. Because again, DK, it gets really big when I block it. But it fits so nice. And because of the cabling, it has a nice fit with it. So I don't know. Again, I'm in a big hat mood. So you're going to be seeing a lot more from me lately of hats. Now, okay. The rest of my FOs are all socks. You ready? Okay. I'm going to start with this one because it's a story with a whip. Well, it's going to be a frog whip now. Let me find where it is. Okay, so let me start with the whip part. So I wanted to do the shawlography Cal from Stephen West. I wanted to do it so badly. I decided last minute to do it, which is very stupid of me, because of, again, I don't really knit. I haven't been feeling like I should be knitting other things than what I'm designing, which is insane, but I got to get over that little handicap. So I wanted to do this really badly. I've knit about 4 or 5 of his shawls already. I love them. I wanted to do the cow. I decided last minute to do the cow. So I had to go crazy trying to find yarn. And I ended up going to Mandy's Makings. I loved her yarn. I was like, okay, this is perfect. It looks pastel-y. I got it. It actually ended up being the same exact one that the Crazy Sock Lady did, which I thought was really funny that she got the same one as me. But then I kept going, I need pink. Why did I buy something with no pink? There's no pink in this. And there's no purple. Like, why would I do this? So then I got something from Moonglow Yarns, and it didn't come in time. So I cast this on. And the reason why I'm frogging it is because there's no pink or purple in it. I have learned a very valuable lesson. That when I knit, I need, especially for a mystery cal, I need pink and purple in it to keep my interest, number one, and for me just to love it, because I couldn't get into this. They're beautiful colors. I love them separately. You'll see them in the FO I have. I love it like that. In this, I did not like it. I think it was the yellow. I thought it was going to be more of a pastel yellow, and it was like, bam, you're yellow. And I didn't like it. I think I'm going to like it mixed with something else. I don't know what I'm going to mix it with, but maybe as a sock, and then I'll like it better. And I wasn't crazy about white. I really don't put white in my projects too much. So I think that was my main problem, because the brown is gorgeous, especially with the blue and then the green, or the blue and the green are gorgeous together. Oh my God, I'm in love with these colors when they're like that. Not so much in the shawl. So I got this far. This was old Clue 1. And then I got to a little bit of Clue 2. And I'm knitting on. I'm like, I am never going to wear this. And the whole point of knitting a Stephen West shawl is to wear it, because it's so gorgeous, so artistic. I'm never going to wear this. I know it. It's not going to happen ever. So after I knit some of Clue 2, the second week, I was like, I'm taking it apart. So I took it all apart, and I have it in this bag, so now I can really frog it. But what I did was I knit my Scrappy Good Time socks with it. So this one is Country Drive, and then the brown is Wooden Beams. And look how beautiful they look together in the sock. I love them. Shawl, not so much. In the sock, they were gorgeous. And I kind of want to knit this again, or some kind of sock pattern with the blue and this. I think that one's Worn Jeans. But it's so pretty in the sock. I love it. Let me take one. And what I did is I just flipped the heel, toes, and cuffs for one or the other. And you can use this as a share pair that she sells. She has this great thing that you have 2 skeins of yarn. She cuts them in half. So you keep one of each color for yourself, and then you give your friend one of each color. So this is a perfect design for a share pair. I used under 50 grams for each color. I think it was like 60 grams I still had left over, and then I have some still in this thing. So I know this would definitely make it. I'm a size 8 sock, I think. And all my socks, unless I state otherwise, is a US 1 2.25 millimeter. So I always knit that on a 56-inch size. I usually do the small size whenever I knit for myself. And my son, Nicky, gets the same thing. Justin was the only one that got something a little different. Sorry, I moved. Okay. So that is the Scrappy Good Time socks in 2 colors, as opposed to 3 colors. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like in minis. Now, this is from Moonglow Yarn, and this bag is from Utterly Adorable, her Valentine's Day one. Yes, I'm jumping the gun, but I just love this bag so much. It just brings so much joy to me. I've had this for years. It's one of my favorite bags. Honestly, I should just use it in the summer. I don't care. It's just so much fun. There's Moonglow Yarns. And she's doing this really cool thing where she comes out with these little kits. So it's one main color and a lot of minis, and I've really been enjoying them. And this one is the Crazy Cauldron ones. And that's her label. And I've got most of the colors in this one. Again, this is the Scrappy Good Time socks. And I'm going to have so much yarn left over in this, because I think these only is 2 grams on each sock that you use. So it's 10-gram thing. I think I'm going to try knitting, I don't remember another. I know Nitty Natty knit it. It's like solids, and there's a low ribbing, the solids, and a low ribbing. I'm going to try one of those socks with these colorways too, because they're just so much fun and rainbowy. And this is from Simply Serving, this little progress keeper. And then there's going to be, the aqua is going to come next. Then it's kind of like a purplish blue. And then I'm going to do a gray at the end. Or I'll put them in between. No, they look so pretty. Yeah, I think I'm going to do like that. That's how it's going to go. And that's that one. So I'm really focusing on trying to finish this one because I've got so many socks on the needles. I think I had 6 or 7 pairs when I looked at it, which is crazy. I gotta get them off there so I could design more. And here we go. I'm going to show you what I made for Nikki and Justin for Christmas. Justin was so cute. He went to me and he goes, can you knit me purple socks? I really want purple socks. So I used Knit Picks Tweed in, I think it's the Stroll Tweed in, it's in the Indigo Heather colorway. I did 48 stitches I cast on. He's only 3. So I did that. And what's really interesting is me, Nikki, and Justin are all 10 rows apart in length. I thought that was really crazy. So I knit the foot of this for, I'm 70, I did this for 50 rows for the length. Nikki is 60 rows, and I'm doing 70 rows for me. And these cute little socks. I've never knit socks for him before. Because I just feel like with socks sometimes they get them so dirty, especially my kids. I don't know like where they're stepping, but they make a mess. It drives me cuckoo that they keep making a mess. So I hate the bottom of the socks, but I was like, okay, he keeps begging for them. I was like, I'm going to knit them for him. And it ended up being a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, trying to figure out what size he was, because I guess last Christmas I was working with Nikki a lot, trying to get socks for him. And I ended up making him a little too tight on him. He has really sweaty feet. You don't need to know that, but that's what happens. So they don't really fit well. So I realized if I did the same cast on for me as him and the same needle, I just make it shorter, they fit him fine. So these are Justin's Christmas present. And then these were Nikki's. These are Punch Buggy from Knit Picks Felici. And of course, Justin wants a pair now like this. Justin has been asking me for socks like crazy right now, which I think is hysterical. Every time I'm knitting, he goes up to me, he's like, are those for me? Are you knitting socks for me? And I'm like, no. And he's like, knit socks for me. And he walks out of the room. It's crazy. So these are Nikki's. And I really like this rainbow colorway. And now Justin wants us. So I'm going to be casting that on soon, since I get some socks off the needles, because this is craziness. Then I've got, these are my Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice socks I designed. It's by Lizzie Ann Yarns in their Pumpkin Latte sock set, I think it is, right? Oh, what did I do in my notes? No. a pumpkin spice latte kit. And it's these beautiful cables. I loved this yarn. I fell in love with it. I gotta get more of her yarn. I'm almost out. That's the 2 of them. I can finally start wearing them because I showed them to you. Yay. I usually wear my socks as like slippers in the house. I don't like wearing them in the shoes, then they feel like they get ruined, and I don't want to ruin them after all that work. I know I got issues, but I just love looking at socks when you're wearing them and you're really cold, and it just feels so nice to have them on my feet. So I'm a sock knitter now. Who knew? I wouldn't have known. Then this other pair I got for you, I finished these a while ago, but they were commissioned for Signature Needle Arts, and after 3 months I'm allowed to sell them, so now I'm selling them, and I couldn't show you the whole pattern. So now I can show you the whole sock. And it's Artistic Lily yarn. I think it was my Dearest Nightly sock set she did. And it's this beautiful cable and has a lace going up the front. Let me actually, you know what? Let me do this so you can see it. I think you can see it. That's always my problem. I gotta start ironing socks so you can see what they look like. Right there, that's the lace. I loved knitting these. I might make a hat out of this one day. It's so pretty. I just love the delicate little blues in here. And then the heel toe and cuffs is blue. I just love this whole thing and the little bit of brown. It's so pretty. And I can start wearing these too, now that I show them to you. I was like, I've been dying to wear these socks. And I was just like, no, I got to show them on the podcast. Because I don't want to show them all yicky after you wear them. And then these are my Bridgerton socks. These are going to be released tomorrow. I'm just going to put one on the needle. I'll show you the thing. So, in my head, this is what this pattern is. All right? So, it's Bridgerton. And if you saw this, it's a TV series on Netflix. I'm obsessed with it. The main characters, the family is all in blues. That's why I did blues. It's Knit Picks, Stroll Tweed in the, North Pole Heather. I'm obsessed with this yarn, if you haven't noticed. It's so super soft. I have never really paid attention to tweed before, and now I'm obsessed with it. Because all I want to knit is all the socks in these colors. So you will see more of this yarn very soon. I have so many of the colors. Ooh, I just did it again. Stop touching the computer. Ah! Okay. So, that's that. So basically, in my head, what this pattern is lace, because it's Regency England. I think it's Regency England. Yeah, I would call it like Jane Austen's time period. And then this is like a bracelet. And off the bracelet is feathers going down. That's my inspiration for this design. That's why I called it the Bridgerton, between the blue and then that. And then let me see if I can do it. I got to iron this to make it a little bit better when I do pictures for it. But you can see there's little feathers going down. And then the rest is just stockinette. So I had a lot of fun knitting these. I really like lately having just a little bit of design up here and then the rest is stockinette. I still can't bring myself to just knit a plain vanilla sock. I did for Justin and Nikki because I was trying to figure out the sizes. And it was a lot faster because Justin wants so many socks now. I think I might just do vanilla really quick. Again, because I'm probably just going to ruin them. I did one for Nikki and he wore it like twice and it looked like, what did you do to it? Did you go through a mud pit with it? Like, I don't know what he did. I think it might have been the yarn. It was very thick yarn. It was DK weight. And it was, I don't think they were made for socks, but it was really bad. And after that, that's why I've been hesitant making him socks because they're not careful with them, but they want them so badly. So I think I'm just going to knit plain vanilla socks for them, maybe with a little bit of a pattern and just see how they go with it. But now they can wear their socks because I showed it to you. All right, my last one is my Sophia socks. I am obsessed with the Golden Girls. So upset about Betty White. Don't get me started. I got a Golden Girl cup here. See? My lipstick. And and in here is Plum Deluxe Oregon Breakfast Blend. I love this tea. I have to order more. I'm almost out of this one too because it came up to like here when I got it and it's like that much left. And I've been drinking this a lot lately. I love it. Well, I'll drink some. But it's beautiful color in there too. I'm also an affiliate for Plum Deluxe, so that's going to be in the down bar as well. But I am obsessed with the Golden Girls. So I was having a really hard time trying to decide what to name this, and I've been rewatching the series because they're going to have the Golden Palace on Hulu, which it's out now, and they have never had that on TV since the show went off, as far as I know. Maybe they did, but I missed it. So I was like, call this the Sophia sock. I did not know what to call it, because I was like, it's an Advent yarn from the Cozy Knitter. Basically, every year she comes out with it. It's 24 stripes, and I did the full 24 stripes on here. The coordinated color is from Periwinkle Sheep, and it is called, I don't have them here. Oh, yes, I do have. No, I don't. I did not write her name on here. I think it's Storm Warning or something, but it's Periwinkle Sheep's colorway. And I thought it went so well with the rest of the colors. It's like a bluish gray, and it just a ribbing and lace that go up the side of the socks. I do this one too. It was really fun to knit. It took me a while to decide on a pattern for this, because I wanted it mostly stockinette. And it went so fast once I figured out what pattern I wanted to do. It's so pretty. I love it. These are going to be coming out soon. They're in testing right now. So, but I'm not really, like, I enjoy the sock. It's beautiful. The whole 24 colors in here. I love that. I don't know if I'm an Advent knitter when it comes to socks, because while I'm knitting it, I'm like, I want to keep going. And it's only 8 rows a day you do on each one. And then you got to do one on this and one on this. And then I'm just like, I want to keep going on the one sock. I don't want to stop to do this one. So I was not very good at it. I think the first couple of days I kept it up, and then I was just like, oh, forget it. Especially when I did the heel. I wanted the heel in completely, because I didn't cut the yarn, because I wanted to make sure the stripes were good on here. And you know when you cut the yarn, the stripe around the heel's a lot slimmer. So I just kept going with it. And I ended up having to do my increases on the slip slit knit side as opposed to the knit two together side. So in order to remember what side I was doing it on, I just was like, let me do the whole heel. So I did like 3 colors that were the size of the heel, I think it was. And then I had to do on this sock too. And then I was like, oh, I'm ahead. I could wait a couple of days. And then Christmas came. I forgot to knit on it. And then I did the whole thing in 2 seconds. I don't know if I'm going to buy it again. Well, maybe I'll buy it again. I just won't use it as an Advent project, because I just want to keep knitting on it. So I'm not good at that whole wait, knit, wait. I'm not good at Advent projects. I love making things with scrappy yarn. I'm not good at actually keeping up with Advent projects, because I get distracted very easily. And I don't have a set time to knit. So if I'm going to knit on something, I want to just keep going. I don't want to have to stop, go, stop, go. So usually like on one day, I'll just knit on the same project all day long. So, what's that? Something came on my thing. I hope, yeah, it's recording still, so I think it's okay. Okay, we will find out. If there's like a little blurb, that's what happened, I guess. I think Samsung, sometimes it does, stops, and then I have to paste it together, so not that you need to know that. Sorry about that. But I enjoyed this a lot. And it is a beautiful sock. It really is. I can't wait to wear these. And I love this pink right here. I love this little section right here. And then the section right here. Of course, pink and purple. That's my color. They make me happy. And that's it for the socks. Yay! So, and all my WIPS. My next thing is, oh no, one more FO. This is my last FO. This is the Your Dishcloths from the Kitchen Sink shop. It's Beth's blue dress. And I made this out of Knit Picks Dishy Azure. And it's a pretty little thing. Go to her profile on Instagram. Again, the Kitchen Sink shop. I'll have her link down below. If you join her newsletter, every month she comes out with a new dishcloth pattern. Last year I was doing it, but I did not keep up with it. I think I went up to May and then I stopped. And now I want to catch up and knit them all, because I had to knit a lot of presents for Nikki's Christmas teachers. He originally told me he had 8 teachers. I did not know this. I flipped out. I was like, how am I going to knit all these dishcloths? I thought I knit a lot more than I did to give as presents. I had nothing. The ones I did knit, I used. So I was flipping out. I was going crazy trying to knit Grandma's favorite dishcloth one, which is like my standard gift one. That's what I like because it just looks so clean. Like I like this for me a lot. Maybe I'll start doing some of these for other people. But it's just so easy and fast. And then you can knit a couple and give them to the people. And I made some homemade soap to go with it. But I was like 8 teachers. Are you out of your mind? And then I found out he's in special ed because of a speech problem. So there's teacher assistants with other kids. They're not really his teacher assistants. I was just like, how do you have 4 teacher assistants? I don't understand this. There's only 8 people in the class. So it was, I mean, I guess it would be nice having 2 teacher assistants for each kid, but it's a little obscene. So then I found out that 2 of them have special teachers that are just for them. So I was like, okay, that makes more sense. So I had to make 4 of them. And then I had to do one for his speech and one for his OT teacher. So, no, I had to make 3. Yeah, he had 2 teacher assistants. His teacher, yeah, it's 5 I had to make. So then I made soaps for them. And then I ended up getting a lot more time than I thought because of COVID. I just decided to keep him home the last 2 days. I was hoping the school was going to be smart and close for 2 weeks. They were not. I was having a fit. Luckily, the COVID has went down in White Plains. Thank God. But it's like they opened the county center. We could go there for COVID shots. I got my booster the other day from there. So that did open up again. But the school hasn't been as bad as before Christmas, which I thought was going to go up because people went away for Thanksgiving, which I really wish they didn't because they brought in from all the other states. New York was good and they brought in everything. So all of a sudden we got hit like crazy because everyone left the state all of a sudden. So now it seems to be going down and we haven't been getting phone calls, thank God. So it's been good that he went back to school. But then now part of me is like, couldn't you have been safer and closed the school for 2 weeks? Would have been nice. But so I had another week to knit on those dishcloths. I was very happy. If you go on my Instagram, I have the picture of the soap and the dishcloth if you're interested in that. But I had a lot. I do like knitting them. I'm just not knitting them that fast and that many at one time because it's a little crazy. My next project is a WIP. And I don't know why. I'm going to say these are cursed. Every time I pick these socks up, someone calls me and I can't knit on them. I've had these on the needles, I'm going to say since October. I'm calling these the Black Candle socks. It is in this new to me bag design at Daisy Girl and Company. I love this bag. It's so cool. It has a little peekaboo thing going on. And the only thing I don't like is putting this in a bag when you leave the house because you can't squish it. But walking around the house, this is a great bag. I love it. Or if you're going somewhere and you know you're going to be sitting there. Like he went to a birthday party. I brought it with me to the bowling alley. I thought I was going to knit. I didn't knit. But it's good because sit there on the table and everything. This is Artistic Lily in her Black Flame candle set. And it's really cute because you have 2 minis that came with it. So I'm going to do the heel in this and then I'm going to switch it up and do the toe and cuff in the orange and the other sock and then the heel in the black. It's this pretty fall colorway. I know it's not fall. And I think this is from Itty Bitty Delights. My friend Manda made that. I'm pretty sure that's where I got that from. It's so cute. It has this cute little cable. It goes on around the back also. And I started in the middle of a row. Why would I do that? Because I tell you, it's cursed. Every time I pick this up, someone bothers me and I don't get to do anything. I really just got to sit here one night when everyone's in bed and just knit on this because it's such an easy, simple pattern. You'd think it would have been off the needles by now. I don't know. I think it's a Knit Picks needle too. It looks like it because it has that purple cord. I really want to finish these. It's beautiful and so nice and squishy texture. I'm going to call this my Black Candle because she calls the yarn it. I'm not good at naming things. Black Flame Candle sock set. So I think I might call that the Black Flame socks. This is so cute. I want to knit on it. Okay, maybe I'll knit on it today. Then I didn't really get too far in this. This is my Golden Girls bag. I've had this for years. It's my favorite, one of my favorite bags. And who's the one that knit this? I fell. Oh my god, so filthy. I think I lost the name tag on here. I think I used to have a name tag on the outside. Oh no, it's in here. Stitch and Yule bags. And in here I have Artistic Lily, her lavender and lace sock set. I'm doing something for Signature Needle Arts. I just love her little logo. Isn't that pretty? And this one is called, where is it? Where are you? I have all the things in here because I knitted socks in this. Lavender Nights. And then this color, this is Lavender Nights, and this one's Lavenders and Lace. And right now, I only have the ribbing. And I might end up taking this apart because it's going to be called the Lavender Dreams Cowl. And I knit the socks for them, I designed. And I was going to do it exactly as the socks, but I'm thinking about changing it up a little bit just to make it work better for a cowl so it's not as airy. Because, you know, on the socks, in the back it was stockinette. So it wasn't just, oh my god, look at all this lace going on. So I think I'm going to add some stockinette or something just to change it. So I might end up taking this out because the stitch count is going to be wrong. I have my little lacy rib, which is one of my favorite ribs to do. That's going to be it. And oh my god, Signature Needles. I love them. And then I love is that it says Crystal Tinettes on here. Can you see it? I love these so much. You can't see it. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better. I love them. And they have such a nice point. I use the stiletto point. I love it. And I did not know this about them. Their cords are different than other people's cord, other companies' cords. Each needle has its own cord size. So they're not interchangeable between sizes, but you can get them interchangeable for the needle. Did not know that. I just found that out. But I love these needles. I'm actually getting special bags just to put them in to organize it now that I found out about the cords. All right, this is another project of mine. This Home Roll Fiber Co. And this is a bag I'm doing. The Rhythm bag, I think it's called. Rhythm Tote. Yeah, Rhythm Tote by Kathleen Belleroux. I don't know. It's on Knit Picks. I saw this bag. I fell in love with it. I think in the picture it's with blue, light blue, and then teal. Of course, I had to get these colors. You know, I love these colors together. I think my favorite combination is a dark purple with like this lilac purple. They don't have that, unfortunately, in this, so I got this other lighter purple. I love mixing purples. But I don't know who these stitch markers are by, unfortunately. I am using a crochet hook in 3mm from Knit Picks. And then this is the Curio number 3 thread. I did not know they had crochet thread at Knit Picks. I got so excited when I found that out. It's nice and sturdy. I like it better than the ones you buy in like Michael's and Joann's. And it seems a lot thicker. This is the number 3 thread. I know they have a number 10 as well. So this is comfy. And then this one is called So Ripped. Oh, obviously eggplant. Makes sense. I took it out because it was too big when I started crocheting it. And then I had to go down a needle. And now it's a nice size. So I really got to pick this up. This is just sad. It's been sitting there for so long. It's just some simple single crochet too. So you're just doing these big stripes going up the side. And the only problem with this is I have to find one of those handle bags. I know they have on Amazon, but I wanted to find one in like a gray or a navy to go with this, not black or brown. Because I'm not really a brown fan at all. And I felt like navy and gray would look nicer with purple, in my opinion. So I gotta find that. I think that's another reason why I haven't really crocheting on this, because I figure, oh, I got time. And it's very just simple single crochet all the way around. I love it. And I can't wait to wear this as a pocketbook. And then this is by my friend Katie. Katie did bags. Again, go check her out. She makes these beautiful bags. She has it's like a bucket bag. I'm gonna get one soon. And it's a regular bag, and then you zip it, and then it goes into a bucket. and then you can knit from it, and then she zip it back up. Oh no, you don't zip it. You just and it comes back up. I'll show you when I get it. It's really cool. Go check it out. She shows it on her Instagram sometimes how she does it. But they're really cool. I think they're called slide down bags. I'm sorry, Katie. But they're really cool bags. And in there, I have my Rose Garden hat. I told you I'm obsessed with hats now. And it is Sweet Sparrow yarn in the Turkish Delight. And then Alma is the contrasting color. I am now going to start, just do a little bit of a texture section and then start the decreases in this. I can't wait. And I am using a size US 7 4.4 millimeter. Know what I love about the bigger needles? You can read the sides of them. The little ones I cannot read. These are perfect. And I have perfect vision and I can't read them. So I don't understand why they don't make them better that you can see them. They're so thin. I don't know. But this one, also because it's nice blue. I want to say this is Knitter's Pride Zincs. I don't know. And my little stitch marker I made with this rose gold snowflakes. You know I love rose gold. So that's in there. Oh, and her base is the Goldfinch for DK with Sweet Sparrow yarns. Julie has the best yarn. Go check her out. I'm obsessed. All right. And my last project. I know it's a long one. Sorry, everyone. This is my shawlnography shawl. Yes, this is my actual one that I'm keeping. I ended up going crazy trying to find something I liked for the yarn. I ended up with Knit Picks. What colors? What company is this? Capretta. And it's funny because I was part of the Knit Picks collaboration last year and they sent me this yarn and I picked all these pastels. I kept saying, oh, I want to do a shawl with this. This would be pretty, or socks. And it ended up being 5 different colors I bought from them. And this shawl needed 5 colors. It was fate. And I love this. It looks like a unicorn threw up on it. My Little Pony or something. You're all like, she's insane. I am. So this is my shawlnography. I am on the 2nd clue now. I know. It's sad. But technically I would have been on the 3rd clue if I didn't rip out the other one. So I'm bad. I think the thing ended up like 3 months ago. I'm not good at it. But this is what I have. I'm doing the little no, I'm on the triangle section. I'm sad. I really am. So let me see if I can remember this colorway. Color A was Blush. I remember that. Color B is Magnolia. Color C is Lilac. Color D is, no, wait, A, B, wait, A, B, what is this? Was that Lilac? Yeah, okay, C was Lilac. D is Sage. And E is Sage. D is Moonstone. It's a gray. Here, let me show you the actual things. Oh, and it's in my By the Bay Yarn Co. pink bag. I got so excited when she had pink now. Me and my pastels. So this is the Magnolia. This is the Blush. Sage. Moonstone. It's like a gray. Problem I can't tell is because the Lilac. They look almost alike. I'm going to be in trouble when we get the section that these two are together. I won't be able to tell the difference, really. But I'm like, I think there's a part that you're doing stripes, and it's going to be these 2 colors, so then it's going to turn very green and gray soon. It's going to be interesting. We went from pink and purple mostly to green and gray mostly. It's going to be interesting, and I love the ending of it. I know a lot of people said they didn't like it. I liked it a lot. So I'm very excited. Did I pull this off? Please tell me I did not pull this off. Scream. Okay. It's still on the needles. Thank God. I do not want to put this back on the needles. That's going to be cray-cray. But it's my finished one. I'm definitely using these colors. And I love them. And every time I look at it, it's My Little Pony. That's all. I don't even know if My Little Pony has color. It just screams My Little Pony to me. So that's what I should call this my Little Pony shawlnography shawl. That's what it says to me, or unicorn chronography. I don't know. But I love those colors. I will wear that constantly. I am so happy I changed it. So when you want to frog something and change the colors, do it. Make yourself happy because you want to wear it when you knit it. So that is all. I know that's all. There's just a lot. I'm sorry about that. I basically wanted to show you the things I finished from not the last podcast, the podcast before, because I took a little hiatus trying to film. So it was a lot. Usually it won't be this many. Sorry about this much FOs, guys. But I really wanted to show you everything so I could start wearing it. But I hope you guys are all having a wonderful new year. And I hope you guys get a lot of knitting done this year. And don't forget to hit subscribe and like in the down bar. And please comment. Let me know what you guys are knitting on. How many WIPs you started the new year off right with. Because apparently I'm going to be finishing a lot of them. Because it's crazy what I put on here. This is the crazy podcast right now. Yeah, because I've used that word a lot this episode. So everyone have a wonderful weekend. Bye!